So in this video we covered how we can diagnose PCOS, what are the causes, probable causes of PCOS, and what are the myths related to PCOS. Welcome back to Full Plate Nutrition. This is Disha Gada, BSc Nutrition and Dietetics and Advanced Diploma in Weight Loss and Weight Management. You know that I'm legit. My aim with this channel is that I equip you with correct information about nutrition and exercise so that you can conquer health. I aim to upload once or twice in a week. So if that's of interest to you, please go there and hug the subscribe button. And now let's get on to the video. Today we'll be talking about PCOS. To give you a little history about PCOS, 1 in 5 women in India, that is almost 30% women in India, suffer from PCOS. It is one of the most common hormonal disorder that we see today. As many as 40% women who are diagnosed with PCOS also suffer from depression, infertility. Hence, we can see that it is a major cause of concern. And as health experts, it is our mission today to equip women with correct knowledge so that they can reverse this condition and equip them with correct tools so that they can manage it better and help it prevent it from happening to their younger daughters and sisters. So keeping this in mind, I am going to start a new series which is based completely on PCOD and PCOS, as I really think that this is a subject that cannot be covered in one video. Did you know 50% of patients who suffer from PCOD actually go undiagnosed? They are probably not even aware that they are suffering from an hormonal disorder. 50% of these patients are either pre-diabetic or full-blown diabetic patients by the time they reach the age of 40. They also have 2 to 6-fold risk of getting endometrial cancer. And these are very alarming statistics, and we really need to have proper knowledge of how to better manage and diagnose this disease. As many as 40% women who are diagnosed with PCOD also suffer from depression, self-esteem issues and infertility. So now, how do we diagnose PCOD? So worldwide, there are 3 components that we take into account which can help us define whether a woman suffers from PCOD or not. So the first component is irregular ovulation, which can be seen through irregular periods, scanty periods or delayed periods. The second component is that they could be having an excess clinical or biochemical sign of male pattern hormone or androgen hormone. So clinical sign can involve having excess acne, hair over the body, but at the same time hair loss on the scalp or male pattern baldness. And the third component is ultrasound, which can also help us to diagnose cysts on the ovaries. If the radiologists say that the volume of the ovary is more than 10 ml and there are more than 20 follicles on a single ovary, then yes, it can point towards diagnosing PCOD. Now let's talk about what are the causes of PCOD. So a lot of people say that there could be a genetic component attached to it. Yes, it is seen that if there is one woman in the family who is pre-diabetic or obese, there could be chances that the other woman may suffer from PCOD. But I really don't think that's true, because our mothers and grandmothers 20 years ago came from the same genetic pool, but you will see that they did not suffer from a condition known as PCOD. The cases were not that often back then. So yes, there could be genes that are responsible for this, but they were not expressed positively because of the correct lifestyle. But everybody knows that the current lifestyle is very much different from back then. So probably now these genes are getting activated and or being expressed. Today, I would say the cause of PCOD could be a very poor lifestyle that includes a lot of stress and worry, a lot of sedentary lifestyle. There is no movement or very limited movement. There is lack of sleep or disturbed sleep, as well as bad diet or foods which are chemically treated and not very helpful to the body. All these together create a condition known as insulin resistance. Now, insulin is a hormone that is secreted by our pancreas, and its purpose in the body is that it helps us to utilize glucose in our bloodstream better for energy in the various parts of our body. Now, in patients with insulin resistance, the cell become resistant to insulin hormone, and because of which they are not able to take up glucose effectively. So what happens, there is increasing levels of glucose in your bloodstream, and so it triggers more and more insulin to be secreted by the pancreas. Now this increased insulin in the bloodstream is probably what triggers your ovary to become bulkier and produce more abnormal hormones, which are basically male pattern hormones, and then create a havoc in your body. So one of the primary reasons of PCOD today is insulin resistance, which is usually caused because of poor lifestyle, poor diet and very bad sleep. The latest research also says that PCOD could also be caused because of chronic low-grade inflammation in the body. Inflammation is like a stress response in your body. So whenever you get injured or let's say you get stressed, the body goes into an inflammation mode so that it can heal you from that injury or that stress. Now this low-grade inflammation could be because of chronic reasons like a lot of stress, which is physical stress, mental stress, lack of physical activity, a wrong diet, lack of sleep and many other reasons. Now another very big reason of PCOD which is often not looked upon is a lot of chemical pollutants in our environment. Comment I below that how many of us today use aluminium foil in our tiffin boxes or to just wrap something and keep it. So use of plastic, use of aluminium foil to pack food. There's a lot of chemical fresheners that we use, deos, scents, floor cleaners, talcum powders. All these contain a lot of chemicals that can disrupt our hormones in the body. I just want you to ponder upon this thought that is PCOD a new disease? Because when I think back, our mothers or grandmothers, we never heard of them suffering through this disease. Now with PCOS, I see that there's a lot of fear mongering happening and there's a lot of myths that are going about. So let's break down few myths related to PCOS. So the number one myth that I hear is that if you suffer from PCOS, you cannot have dairy. You can have dairy. This is the biggest myth that I have heard. I have so many clients who are on PCOD and have lost weight after eating curd, paneer and cheese. They have actually been able to manage their PCOD while doing this. Okay, I understand milk can become a little problem, but there is no issue with milk products. Milk can probably give you diarrhea or bloating or not feeling good or probably increased acne, so you can go easy on that. What I believe is that curd, paneer, cheese, they are very good sources of either protein or healthy fats, especially for vegetarians. Completely omitting them out of your diet is not going to work. As we say, one diet does not fit all. At the same time, one suggestion does not fit all. Probably cutting out milk may help you if you see that when you're consuming milk, there are higher chances of you getting acne. You have practically seen it happening in your body. But when that milk is converted into paneer or curd or cheese, through the process, you will see that the sugar that is present in the milk, which is lactose, is drastically reduced. I have really heard a lot of influencers directly tell you, oh, you have PCOD, you cannot have milk or milk products, it's like a poison to your body. But have you sat down and seen it happening in your own body? How can you completely omit out an entire food group, which is so important, especially for vegetarians, just because there is so much of fear going around it? So please understand what is working for your body. If you think that plain milk is not working for you, omit it out. But milk products, especially curd, which is such a good probiotic, it has such good bacteria which will help you with your gut issues. Paneer, which is a good source of protein for a vegetarian. Paneer and cheese, both good sources of protein as well as good fats. Unless it does not create any problem in your body, the lactose levels are drastically reduced in these, so you should not have any problem consuming them. Second myth that I hear is that you should remove all the carbs from your diet if you're suffering from PCOS. Otherwise, you're not going to lose weight and your hormones are going to be disrupted. Especially, I think there was one video that went around where Sara Ali Khan said that she went on a keto diet because she suffered from PCOS and she had to lose a lot of weight. And after that, a lot of people have started believing that you need to remove all the carbs from your diet if you want to lose weight on PCOS. Carbs is something that gives you energy. It is something that's going to help you maintain other nutrients in proper proportion. How can you completely remove out a food group from your diet? You need to understand this for yourself. If you go on a no carb diet, your body is completely going to use up protein and fat from your food to produce energy. There is going to be such an imbalance of your macros. So by carbs, I mean, of course, you have to omit out simple carbs like probably sugar, processed food, maida. Yes, all of this a complete no-no. But something which are whole grains, pulses, which are like everyday use items for especially Indians, you cannot completely omit them out. They are not just carbs. You need to look at their nutritional profile. There's so much of fiber, vitamin B that we get from these whole grains, and vitamin B is very essential to produce energy from the body. Few years back, fats were a problem and people went on a low fat diet. Now everybody is like, oh no, fat is very essential for your hormones, you need to go on a low carb diet. So every few years the diet keeps changing. But you need to understand what is your diet, what is your culture, what have you been eating, and then continue doing that in a balanced way. Research will always come up with new kind of diets, so you cannot keep changing your food according to that. There is so much fear going on with carbs these days that you need to completely omit them out, or have an extremely low carb diet. Only then you're going to lose weight. You need to understand that losing weight is not just omitting out carbs. It involves a lot of other factors, and it also involves calories in and calories out. So please do not fear carbs. Eat your whole grains, whole foods, starchy carbs. Eat your potatoes, eat your sweet potatoes. Eat those roti, ragi, jawar, bajra. Have rice. Please do not fear rice. But you need to make sure that you're having rice in the correct way. Yes, you can also have your favorite biryani on a diet. You just need to figure out how to cook it properly and how to manage its macros. So please do not fall for what celebrities are saying, or what influencers are telling you, that go on a low carb diet or completely omit out carb and then you will see your PCOS get reversed. No, I've had clients who are on a very balanced diet and their PCOS has reversed. Their periods are better and regular now, and they do not feel any pain during their periods, and they do not need to take painkillers anymore. And this is all through a balanced diet, which included carbs, which included Indian foods, which included fats, protein, dairy, everything. So please do not go for any extremes, do not fall for myths, and if you still have any doubts, you can always DM me on my Instagram. I would be there to help you through it. I also see the third myth that's going around is that you need to completely omit out gluten. Now this is one factor that I'm on a little fence about. Gluten will cause problem only with people who suffer from celiac disease. Now this is a disease in which these people cannot digest this protein well, because of which it causes diarrhea, bloating, gas issues and indigestion basically. Now there is no concrete research that relates PCOS and avoiding gluten together and that it's going to help you better. So to give you a context, gluten is usually found in wheat, the rotis that we eat every day. Again, it is the same thing with dairy. If you think that after eating those roti you are feeling heavy, you are not able to digest it properly, you are feeling bloated, then you can completely omit it out. But I see a lot of people, especially from North India, who have traditionally been eating parathas, eating roti. It does not cause any problem to them. So there is no direct research that says that if you are suffering from PCOS, you have to completely avoid gluten, you have to completely avoid rotis. It is completely your choice, your body, how does it work with that particular nutrient. But if you think that you want to have rotis, which are wheat rotis, but at the same time you want to avoid gluten to some extent, there is a very nice alternative available known as khapli wheat. Now khapli or emmer wheat is a very ancient grain. It is an ancient wheat grain. It digests more easily as compared to the latest variety of gluten that we get in the rotis or in the wheat, and it is extremely less on gluten component. Like the percentage of gluten in that is very less as compared to what we are traditionally getting in the market right now. If you want to know more about khapli wheat, you can just comment down below about it and I may make a video on that. And if you think that you want to try this wheat out once, I would really suggest it, because I myself am using this. I will just link it down below. You can go on to that and check it out for yourself. Myth number 4. You need to do a lot of cardio and HIIT. HIIT, high intensity interval training. Only then you are going to lose weight on PCOS. Please don't do this. Please don't do HIIT every day. Please don't do cardio every single day. These high intensity exercises, running for so many miles and kilometers, it's going to create a lot of stress in your body, and you need to understand whenever your body is under stress, it is going to secrete the hormone cortisol. And I have already mentioned before in this video that one of the causes of PCOS is chronic inflammation. So please, whenever you are under stress, your body is going to go under inflammation to heal it. And what is all these exercises going to cause? Stress in your body. Don't do HIIT every single day. This is my biggest request with everyone who is suffering from any hormonal disorder, especially women, because you are very sensitive to these exercises. In fact, you need to go with some low intensity exercises and something that's not going to create a lot of stress in the body, as well as help you build the muscle up and use the energy. You need to balance out your strength training and what kind of cardio you're going to do. At the same time, if you need any help with it, please, this is my Instagram. You can always DM me over there and I will help you with that. Do not just follow blindly any HIIT video that you see online or on YouTube, or some coach that is telling you to do that every single day to lose weight. So in the coming videos, I will be covering what kind of diet you can do on PCOD, what are the supplements that you may probably need so that it can help you better manage your symptoms, and at the same time, what kind of exercises you will do. Now if you want me to make a video on do it along kind of exercises and yoga for PCOD, you can just comment that below and I will probably shoot that for y'all. I hope you like this series. If you like this video and you found it informative or useful, please go down there and hit the like button and probably share it with someone whom you think is going to benefit from this video. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be in touch with me, and whenever I include the next video in this series, you will be notified. Until next time, stay healthy, stay fit.